Welcome to the Real and Real Estate Podcast, your go-to show for real estate success. Whether you're an agent aiming to crush it or a buyer or seller wanting the inside scoop, we're here to deliver expert advice, insider tips, and the real talk you need. Each episode, we chat with top industry pros to give you the facts, strategies, and inspiration you need to thrive in this business. Let's dive in and make big moves together. Hi, welcome back to the Real and Real Estate, where we talk about the facts, dispel the myths. And today, I just want to do another short video with you. I talked about buyers beware the other day, and now I want to talk about sellers' expectations. We've gone through an incredible market. I know it was probably 2-3 years ago, but I think sellers are still expecting to get the inflated price that they got back in the day, and not necessarily so. Yes, I still see bidding wars. Yes, I still see homes selling more than ask price, but it's becoming fewer and fewer. I'm seeing more price reductions. I'm seeing more homes being given seller concessions. And I think it's just a realization. I think the pendulum is swinging back. You know, we always go from one side to the other, and right now we're swinging back toward the middle. It's not necessarily a buyer's market yet. It's all about supply and demand, as I talked about the other day. The more houses we have, then there's more choice for the buyer. The fewer houses we have, the buyers have to fight for it. So that increases the price. So sellers, please listen to your realtor. Please look at the comparable market sales and consider what's in your area of homes that are similar to yours. I am getting clients that want to overprice their home, regardless of what the comparables say. And to define what comparables are, those are homes that have sold in your area with similar features, similar age, similar upgrades within the last 6 months or less. Most appraisers don't go past 6 months. They prefer to do 3 months. But if there's not a lot of houses on the market, they may extend that. They like to stay within a certain radius and preferably in a neighborhood. But again, if they're not homes that match that, they will go outside of it. If a home is sold that you think was just like yours, but it's been longer than 6 months, it'll fall out of that comparable sales area. I did have a client that wanted to, I went over all the comparables with them, told them what I thought the price range should be for listing their home, and they wanted to go $30,000 over that. Well, these are people I had known for a long time, so I agreed to give it a try, and then we reevaluate. It was against my best wishes. And guess what? It didn't sell, and it didn't. We had a lot of people come at the beginning, but they all said it was overpriced. And we've all been there. We love our homes. We think it's the best thing we've ever done. We've done the best decorating anyone could ever do. But that doesn't mean the general public is going to be as excited about it as we are. So we lowered the price, and we lowered the price again. And we ended up selling for less than what I had initially suggested because we'd been on the market too long. I think if we'd gone in at the price that I had suggested, we would have gotten more for the home. But they are happy with the price. It's not what they wanted originally, but they realized the market dictates the price. And we sold it. So everybody's happy. But you really need to listen to your realtor. The longer it sits on the market, the less you're going to get for it. Oftentimes, not always, oftentimes the best offer is the first offer. So don't just throw it out. Really work that offer. Listen to your realtor. Another thing I want to talk about is how do I increase my value before I put it on the market? Well, your home needs to be clean. You need to declutter. There may need to be some staging done. There may need to be some touch-up painting done. And maybe the tile that's falling off the wall needs to be repaired or replaced. And you may say, I'm selling this house. I don't want to put any money into it. Trust me, the buyers are going to think it's much more expensive to replace that carpet than it actually is. And you're going to end up losing money in the long run. There are certain things you can do for your home that you will get your money back. Now, I'm not saying go through and redesign the whole place, but it needs to be presentable. It needs to be neutral enough. My My daughter calls certain houses skittle houses. I'm sure you've seen them online or in person. Every single room is a bright color, like a bag of Skittles. Those rarely sell for full price. And not that it couldn't happen, but it's rare. So there are certain things that I suggest you do before you put your home on the market. Again, consult your realtor. Maybe you need a professional stager. Maybe you've moved out and people can't figure out exactly how to put the furniture. I had a townhome listed a couple of years ago, beautiful townhome, nothing wrong with it, but the way it was laid out, it was hard to imagine where the furniture went. So my client agreed. We got a stager. We staged just the downstairs area so people could see how they could live in the property. And it sold very quickly. People are not visual. They're visual in that they have to see it. They can't picture it in their head. So you've got to make it as presentable and livable as possible. So make sure you've done your due diligence. If you know the upstairs faucet doesn't work, please get it fixed before you put it on the market. The inspector is going to find it. And again, the buyer is going to ask for a lot more money off the price or in repairs than it would actually cost to have it done. Trust me on this. I'm perfectly honest with you. Okay, another thing is curb appeal. Not only is it good for pictures, but it's good for getting people in the home. It is so important. If they pull up to a house and it's drab or it has no landscaping or the landscaping's overgrown or it's all brown or the grass is 6 inches tall, first of all, if they go in, they're going to have a very negative attitude. If the paint on the front door is chipped, if the glass in the front door is broken, whatever negative is going on with the front of that house, it's going to be a detriment to you because they're going to start looking for other things that are in disrepair because they will assume that if you didn't take care of the front of your house, you're not taking care of the rest of your house. And they start looking for things. That's not what you want. You want people in the home. You want them happy. You want them excited to see it. Don't start out negative. Curb appeal is very important. Now, do I say you need to do $5,000 worth of landscaping? No, that's not what I said, but it does need to be presentable. Check with your realtor, talk to your realtor, find out exactly what they think needs to be done to get people in the house. I mean, I've had clients that will pull up to a house and go, no, I don't want to look at that. That's terrible. And I can't get them out of the car. So it doesn't help anybody. You really need to take care of that. Another thing, we just talked about staging. I think staging is very important. And if you are living there, you may not want to bring in new furniture, of course, but you can get a stager in there to rearrange the furniture and to set it up the way a buyer would want to look at it. And yes, you think it's perfect. This is the way you've always lived. I had a client one time, I actually paid to have the house staged. I got it all set up and it came out of my pocket. And the first thing they said was, nobody lives like that. Well, actually, they do. You just didn't live like that. And guess what? It sold very quickly. Be open-minded. Remember, you're not the one buying the house. We're getting someone else to buy the house. So let's get it set up as much as possible. They need to be able to see the floors. They need to be able to see the counters. They need to be able to actually walk into a walk-in closet. That's very important. And you need to keep all the pathways open because that's very important too. So again, listen to your realtor, talk to a stager. Doesn't cost you anything to talk to one. And finally, which we've talked about, is decluttering. Please make sure you declutter. Yes, you've got this beautiful collection of Swiss homes or Hummel characters, and they're beautiful, but not everybody needs to see that. And you're going to have to pack it up anyway. Why not pack it up now? You want as little to distract the viewer's eyes as possible. You don't want their eyes landing on your collections or landing on your 8x10 wall of family photos. You want them seeing the house. And trust me, it will distract people if they can't see the house or they're looking at all your personal items. So again, listen to your realtor, listen to your stager. You got to pack it up anyway if you're going to move. Let's pack it up and get it done. Put it in a storage facility, put it in your garage, whatever is appropriate. There are lots of companies out there that will help you do that. I interviewed on the podcast a company called Be Organized, and they'll come in and help you with all of that. And believe me, it's overwhelming because I've moved, and I remember standing in the middle of the house going, I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. It was overwhelming. So someone took me by the hand and said, one room at a time, one closet at a time, and you'll get through it. It's like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Call for help. Don't be afraid to ask someone, like be organized, or ask a stager to come in and tell you what you need to do. It's very important. And you don't need to be stressed. It's a stressful time anyway. Let your realtor do their job. Let your realtor help you. And don't be afraid to ask questions. So that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about today. And I hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions, you can always call or write to me or comment on the podcast. Thanks again for listening. Thank you for tuning in to the Real and Real Estate Podcast. I hope today's insights have inspired and empowered you. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the podcast with anyone who might benefit. Have questions or a topic you'd like us to explore? We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and keep moving towards success.